Hello and welcome to Big Red Journeys. I am your host, Big Red, and on today's journey we are back here at SeaWorld San Diego to check out the Craft Beer Festival. We're going to try a few new beers, some local brews here, and obviously San Diego is the mecca of craft brew, so there's definitely a good representation here at SeaWorld. We're going to try some food, see which ones we like, which ones we don't like, maybe even ride a couple rides while we're here. So if you care to follow along with me on this journey, cheers, and let's go. So the Craft Beer Festival is actually brand new here to SeaWorld San Diego. They've always had food tasting festivals, especially the very famous one in March, that's the Seven Seas Food Festival. That is delicious, in which they actually have food from various parts of the world, Greek food, Indian food, Asian food, Pacific Island food, very delicious. So this is the first time that's specifically just a craft beer festival that's providing beers from breweries here locally here in San Diego. So we are going to check out a few of the great beers here, see which ones we like, which ones we don't like, and then of course they also have some food at some of the stations, so we'll give those a try. Definitely start your day off here at the Craft Beer Festival by picking up one of these brochures. That way you can take a look, open it up, and see all the different locations that have beer, starting with number 1 down right by Explorers Reef Cafe all the way to number 12, closest to Manta and Shipwreck Rapids. So you get a good idea of what's available. There are different couple options here. Sampling option number 1 gives you your best deal. You get 12 samplings for $65, or sampling number 2 gets you 8 samplings for $50. There is also a special pass holder option in which for the same price as sampling number 1, you get 3 additional samplings. So a total of 15 for $65, and that is a pass holder exclusive for here at SeaWorld. First stop on today's beer journey, we're going to try a beer from North Coast Brewing Company called Prankster. Let's give it a go. Beer number 1 on today's journey, Prankster by North Coast Brewing Company. Let's give it a go. That's pretty good, light and refreshing. I believe it is a Belgian style ale. A little bit of hops, not too much, very light. Very good golden color, you can see right there. Good amount of flavor, nice aroma. And overall good balance. Again, I'm not a big fan of IPAs. That's first and foremost you're going to learn about me. So beer that has too much of the hops taste, I'm not a fan of. This gets to just about that level, a few steps below, but just right, where it gives enough hoppiness, but not over tasting where it ruins your taste buds. Stop number 2 for the day is going to be here at Baja Brews, featuring some Stone Brewing Company beers. You can see here are the prices. If you don't have the sampler card, you can actually choose the items a la carte. There are the prices there for a 12-ounce beer can or 16-ounce beer can, and the menu items. A little pro hack I like to use, especially to kind of get the most bang for your buck when you buy the passes, is look to see what the pricing is for each item. That gives you a good idea of kind of like, choosing probably the more expensive items to try out. That way you feel like you're getting the best value for what you're paying. Obviously, both are still great in pricing, $7, $9, but you just feel like you get a little bit more added value when you use your card and punch outs for some of the more expensive items. So here at Baja Brews, these are the different options you can get. I was recommending the Tangerine Express. Apparently that is a customer favorite right now. But I decided, since we're talking about Mexican food, why not get the Buena Vesa Salt and Lime Lager? That sounds like appropriate for this moment. So going from Baja Brew, featuring some Stone Brewing beer, we ended up getting 2 food items, the Lime Cilantro Shrimp Ceviche with island chips. And then next is the Roasted Pork Carnitas Nachos with avocado crema, cotija cheese, and some chipotle white sauce. Looks very delicious, good amount. And the good Mexican lager beer by Stone Brewing. Again, coming off of Baja Brews down here near Manta. Ended up getting a good amount of traditional fare food. So with Stone Brewing, I ended up going with the Buena Vesa, a nice Mexican style lager. Very golden color, delicious. So let's give it a try. Well, that's pretty good. A nice light beer, traditional lager style, Mexican style, and it's known for having the hint of lime and salt inside of it. So it's almost combining all the elements that you put in a traditional Mexican beer. So it's very good. So we're going to start off here with the shrimp ceviche. You can get a nice little look right there. Comes with a good amount of chips, a good amount of shrimp in the bowl. So let's give it a good try. Pretty good, actually. I've definitely had some better shrimp ceviche in my life. I mean, the Mexican market down the street from my house has much better. But to be honest with you, especially for theme park food, this is a very good option. Good amount of flavoring. And there's actually quite, like if you look in this cup, I would say there's probably about a good 15, maybe a dozen to 15 shrimps in there, which is pretty good. So I was expecting a little bit less, but I'm quite pleased with it. So very good. Next, we're going to go with the roasted pork carnitas nachos. As you can see right there, very beautiful. Got the agua crema, the chipotle crema, a good amount of nice carnitas on top. I've been hearing great reviews about this, so I'm definitely looking forward to trying this out. Get a good nacho here, load it up. They weren't kidding. That is very good. To be honest, you have to put this on your must-get list. This is delicious. I've gone to many food fairs here at SeaWorld when they have the 7 Seas around the world, different beer festivals that they've had in the past, little taste events. And to be honest, this is probably, if not the best, probably at least the top 3 items that I've ever tried here at SeaWorld. And this is very good. Next stop is going to be for Boom Shakalaka Society Brewing Company. And here are some of the options we get to choose today. So we have the Pupil Indian IPA, Coachman Session IPA, and the Harley, the Blonde Ale, and a light beer, and a Berliner Weiss. I think I'm going to go with the Not Enormous Berliner Weiss. Let's give that a try. So we got this one, the Not Enormous Berliner Weiss by Society Brewing Company. Nice, light. It is a tart wheat beer, so you can see the cloudiness there. Very similar to like a Hefeweizen, but it's going to be a nice sour tartness to it. Refreshing, so it's good. Good on a nice little, humid, hot summer afternoon here at SeaWorld. So, yeah, it is tart, all right. It definitely has a very citrus tone to it. Lemon or lime, some sort of citrus to it. It's just really overpowering. Not my favorite thing. That's why you get the sample, so you can see which one you like and don't like, and end up buying some or not buying some. So it's not a terrible beer, just not my palate flavor. So a quick look at what the special events lineup is for the rest of the year. Currently, of course, you're right now. This is the first weekend of the Craft Beer Festival. This one runs August 14th through September 19th. September 18th, we have the beginning of SeaWorld Spooktacular. That is the family-friendly version here, where kids can actually trick-or-treat, grab candies at different candy stations throughout the park. There's also some Halloween-themed shows here. Very good time. This is going to be Howl-O-Scream. This is definitely an event that we're looking forward to going to. Starts September 17th. Some scare zones, haunted mazes. That I'm terrified, anxious, and excited for all at the same time. And then we get into the holiday season with Salute to Red, White, and Blue, military tribute. A lot of military veterans in active duty get in for free, and the holiday special SeaWorld Christmas Celebration, which begins in November. Next up on our beer journey, we're going to go check out Sierra Nevada and Mike Brewing. Here is the menu. They actually have some food items here: Belgian fries with pickle crisp, fried Brussels sprouts, and a chicken quesadilla. I'm not a fan of Brussels sprouts, and nor am I a fan of pickles, so I'll probably skip those two, but I might end up getting the chicken quesadilla. And let's see what beers they have to offer. Looks like here's our options. The Mike Hess options, we have the Blood Orange IPA. Sierra Nevada has quite a few. Fantastic Haze Imperial IPA, Big Little Thing IPA, Dankful IPA. It looks like we have a Sour Ale with the Wild Little Thing, and a Hazy IPA. So, I think I'm going to try the Into the Sunset by Mike Hess. Let's give that a try. So here we have the Into the Sunset, a blood orange IPA by Mecca Brewing Company. I've had plenty of great beers by Mecca, very good place to go visit. You definitely see, definitely cloudy because of an IPA. Very nice, beautiful orange hue. So I can see where they get the name Into the Sunset. Like you can just imagine some of the different variations of yellow, gold, and orange is like a sunset. So let's give it a try. I'm going to say it 100 times over, not a fan of IPAs, but let's see. Okay. First note, definitely has that IPA taste. If you know what I'm talking about, the IPA kind of creates a bitterness in the tongue. A lot of people love that. I'm not a big fan of it. But the orange, the blood orange, which I am a big fan of, kind of cuts into that bitterness of an IPA. So it makes it very tolerable and actually very enjoyable. So I would say for those who aren't a fan of IPAs like myself, this is actually a pretty good kind of mid-level in between step to get into. Very good. Looks like next we're going to go to the Calypso Smokehouse Bar and Grill. And I say bar because they are part of the craft beer festival here. Looks like there's a good selection of beers. So let's give it a try. I'm actually looking forward to the peppered brisket made with a IPA barbecue sauce. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's give it a go. So here at the Calypso Smokehouse Grill, we have Pursuit of Hoppiness, featuring beers from Thorn and Coronado Brewing Company, including the pepper brisket with IPA barbecue sauce and a German broth. So I actually may end up getting both of these here. That looks pretty good. From Coronado, we have the Shandy, ale with orange and honey, a Mango Farm Hazy IPA, a Michelada from Thorn. That's pretty cool. The Barrio Lager, I've actually personally had that one before. A very good Mexican style lager. West Coast IPA, the Relay, Salty Crew Blonde Ale by Coronado, a Golden Milk Stout. This one with a collaboration from Chuao Chocolatier, a chocolate company that's here in San Diego, and the God Nelson West Coast IPA. We ended up getting the Golden Goodness Milk Stout by Thornstreet Brewing, a delicious collab with Chuao Chocolatier, and again they are a very delicious chocolatier here in San Diego. I'm going to give the stout here a little bit of a sip. Oh, that is very good. That is very good. As you can see, compared to a lot of other stouts, it's definitely a little bit more amber, a little more golden. A stout you kind of expect to kind of look like Guinness, you know, more of a deep brown. It's a little bit lighter. But what I like about it is the chocolate undertones on it. Very good. And you can definitely taste it. It has a chocolatey coffee taste. So if you're a fan of either one of those flavors, this is definitely a beer for you. I have a German broth with some caramelized onions, caramelized with a Intrepid Hero beer, and a specialty mustard sauce, a little bit creamier than a traditional mustard from what they told me, on top of a hot dog bun. So a little hoping for more of like a pretzel bun or an artisan bread, but I guess we'll take what we can get, right? Peppered brisket sandwich. You can see a few slices of nice smoked brisket. The sauce is a barbecue sauce made with a IPA beer, and then some onion straws on top of a pretzel bun. This looks pretty good. Looks like a good decent amount of fat compared to meat ratio. So looks pretty good. Let's give it a try. Starting off with the German broth right there. Let's give it a try. Now, the broth itself, very good. A little bit of a spice to it, so it definitely has some sort of like paprika or something in it. Not traditional German broth, but very good. The onions are delicious. You can definitely taste the caramelization with the beer. That's a plus. And the mustard sauce, it really doesn't taste like mustard, to be honest with you, and that's probably because they kind of cut it down with like a little bit of a cream base. So I like a spicy brown, more of a traditional style mustard you put like on a German bun, bratwurst. But the biggest thing unfortunately I don't like is the fact that it's just a basic white bread hot dog bun, and a stale one at that too. Unfortunately, is a little dry. So because of that, I will have to knock it down a little bit. But everything else, though, for the most part, pretty good. So Hopefully you catch on a better day when the buns are a little bit fresher. Again, I would hope that they put it on like a pretzel bun or something a little bit nicer, like an artisan bread, but it is what it is, right? The rest of it's good though. Here is the brisket sandwich on top of pretzel bun with an IPA barbecue sauce and some onion straws. So let's give this a good bite. Now I will say this, traditionally speaking, the barbecue at Calypso is not the greatest. It's okay, it's decent, but not the greatest. This is probably some of the best barbecue I've ever had from them. A good ratio of meat to fat on the brisket slices, and the sauce is actually very delicious. It's a thin sauce, a little vinegary, but that beer flavoring that's in there, the IPA, it gives it a good flavor and I enjoy it. So a little crunch through the onion straws. So I'm actually quite happy and pleased with this. Definitely recommended. Don't say anything, but I'm pretty sure that one is not a flamingo. But I don't think the other ones have noticed just yet, so we'll keep that secret to ourselves, right? There we go. Next up is Ale Yeah, featuring Harlan Brew Company and
Abby Normal.
Oh, I've heard of this one. Abby Normal. Abby Normal Beer Company. Yeah, that's right. And here you can actually also get the vegan jackfruit slider made with house-made chipotle barbecue sauce and red cabbage slaw. I think I'm going to skip the slider, but let's try one of the beers here. Here are the beer selections that you can have from here. Abby Normal looks like a mocha stout, a hazy dream IPA, and Abnormal Weiss. Harlan Beer, you have an IPA, a Japanese lager, IPA, and a camp beer, which is American lager. I'm thinking probably the Abnormal Weiss. So giving the Abnormal Weiss from Abnormal Brewery a try. Looks like a nice traditional Hefeweizen, good golden cloudy color. So, bottoms up. That's pretty good. Honestly, it's Hefeweizen obviously, but it kind of has like a little bit of a lemon shandy taste to it, which is interesting. That's really the only way I can describe it. It's a Hefeweizen with a decent, it's more than orange. It's definitely got some other flavoring in there that just gives it a little bit more of a citrusy depth. Good though. Elmo's right here. A Dumbo style ride for those familiar more so with Dumbo's flight at Disneyland. Except Elmo's pretty cool. You get to dress up like little animals. There's a cat, a pig, a dog. Let's see what we're going to get today. Ooh, that zebra's pretty cool. Let's go see if we can get that zebra. So it looks like we got lucky. I just heard the announcement about the fireworks happening. So we might be able to catch the fireworks while we're in flight here. Pretty cool. There we go, look at that. Pretty cool. Unfortunately, it's always a short ride here on Elmo's flight, but look at that. Nice little end view right there of the fireworks.
Welcome back, flyers. Hope you enjoyed your flight and part of the fireworks. Go ahead and make your big collection at the exit and enjoy the rest of the evening here at SeaWorld. Oh, and the fireworks.
And off in the distance near the touch pool, you'll see the laser reef show. That is SeaWorld's version of the Kiss Goodnight. Well, I guess that's going to do it for today's journey here at SeaWorld San Diego. The kegs run dry, so it's time for me to say goodbye. Before I do, first of all, I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it for you. Give this video a big thumbs up if you did. Second, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And then third, hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever there's a new video that comes across on the channel. And as always, feel free to follow me on Instagram at Big Red Journeys. So from me to you, thank you. Cheers. And I'll see you on the next journey. Bye.